So you could just record your content and upload it and hope for the best, or you could plan and strategize, and that's what I do with the content for my videos, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about and how I go through that process in today's video. Welcome back to another episode of McCall Media TV, whereby myself, Angela McCall, is basically showing you in this video how I plan out the content and delivery of my videos. And I basically go through a research process where I see what the public look for, I compare my list of possible questions that I need to answer or solutions that I need to provide against my competitors, and then I fine tune that into a chronological order, and then I do my keyword research as well. So there's lots of aspects to this video today, but I'm going to run through you the 10 points that I have put there, and I'll put a nice old big picture on the screen to make it easier for you, and that's what today's video is all about. So if you do like the idea of this, comment below, thumbs up, subscribe, stay notified, and let's get on with it. Right, so I'm going to jump straight on into it. The first plan of attack that I do when I'm trying to work out what content to cover in my video topics or my blogs is basically starting with a broad topic. So for example, let's do YouTube keywords, and I start on the website Answer the Public. So I'm just going to type in YouTube keywords right now at the bottom, and then I'm going to click on get questions. Now what this basically does as a tool, it saves all the legwork, all the hard work. It goes off and basically searches all of the different search engines that it's plugged into for every question that's been typed for members of the public looking for solutions to that question or on that topic. As you can see here, it's got 23 questions that it's found. There is a download CSV file, so I can then get a nice copy of it, which I'm going to do in a second, and if you want you can save images, etc. So this basically then gives me like key questions that the public are asking, and I can't work with it like this. I find it quite difficult. So what I generally do is I click on the download CSV file and I open it in Excel. And what that does gives me a nice long list, and then I'm able to play with it a little bit more easily. So here is my list of keywords. Let me just open this up a bit. So you can see that the keywords, the keyword that I used was YouTube keywords. It was created suggestions on the 15th of March. So basically it gives me these 3 columns: questions, prepositions, alphabeticals, and so forth and so forth. So basically it's kind of structured and ordered it for me. What I generally do now is I have a kind of a colour coding scheme. I use sort of like the traffic light system, as in red, yellow and green type indicators to myself. So if I think the question's a really good one that I'm good at answering, that I know a lot on the subject, I'll mark it green, as in that's one I've got to go with. Yellow's probably like a backup. If I haven't got enough content by the time I've gone through, I can use some of the yellow questions. Red, I just don't touch. Maybe it doesn't fit with the topic that I want to cover, or I think it's been done too many times by too many other people, that kind of thing. So whatever the reason is that I decide to go, that's how I kind of use this traffic code system. So I'm going to work through this now, and I'll come back in again in a second and show you how I've selected my content for this topic. Okay, so I've had a quick look down the list, and what I've done is I've selected some that are green. So I'm just now going to apply a filter to my spreadsheet, because this will allow me to filter all of those by colour. So I'm going to select them all green. So these are the ones I've picked up. So I've got looks like 7 questions there. So obviously I've got a bit of a theme going on there. I know some of that's kind of semi-repeated, but the idea is that it's kind of like the what are they, how do you use them, how many do you need, that kind of thing. So from there, that gives me now kind of a little bit of a structure. I'd put them into a chronological order that makes sense in delivery, and I'd probably just go through, because there's only there's a couple of those are kind of repeated and are very similar. So what I'd probably do now is I'm just going to go through and look for any yellow type answers that can sort of maybe pump that up just a little bit and help give it a little bit more structure and content as well. Okay, so I've now gone through, looked and found some yellow options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a filter again now by colour, and I'm going to put the yellow on there, and I want to see the ones in green as well. So these are now my selected questions. I'm just going to hide everything else here so it doesn't distract me. Let's get them out of the way. There we go. So these are my questions. Now, they're in no particular order other than the way that they've been presented on the spreadsheet. So what my next task would be now is to sort of merge any sort of similar or duplicating questions, refine this down, and end up with around about 8 to 10 different type components or different type questions that work in a chronological order, and that would basically now present me with my sort of outline structure for my video content. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got 11 questions, which if I want to do a YouTube video which is greater than 10 minutes, which is generally what I am aiming to do, so that I can cover a topic quite thoroughly, but also in the future I want to be able to monetize my site and it will help me. If it ends up being less, then I'd go with the quality of the video delivery over the length of it, and then sort of just buffering it out for the sake of it. But I think it's sort of a 10, 11 questions, sometimes 8, depends how intense the answers are and how long it takes me to present the solution. But I think that's enough food for thought right now with regards to the content on this particular topic. And the green and yellow now means nothing. I've kind of put it into a chronological order, and that's how I basically structure my actual video content. I now go and research all the different keywords, those 11 particular terms, and any others that I can get from suggested tools to basically pump out now and work out what the key term is that I want to register and be found under with regards to this topic. So that would be my next step. Okay, so what I would basically do now is I ignore the top video because that one is paid to be positioned there, so it's not really my competition. I'm looking at the organic listings, so these 6 videos here above the fold line I generally now would watch in detail, list the content topics that they actually cover, match them off against anything that I've got listed to see if there's any repeated, and especially if it's repeated lots, then I'll just skip it because there's no point telling people how to do things that are already being covered in lots of detail. I also look for golden opportunities, those golden nuggets of things that they haven't said that I do know about, that I can add to it to give mine a little bit more pizzazz, make it a little bit more interesting, because it's those little golden nuggets that people then are looking, that's why they bounce from one video to another. Then I would work out any props and resources that I need to be able to deliver this, and then I would basically start filming. And the way that I generally film is I start off by delivering the content first, because somehow that gets my brain in gear. I know exactly what I'm talking about, and then I do what I call the wrapper content, which is like the intros and the outros and the subscribe to my channel kind of blurb that has to go with a video, and that's basically how I then strategize. So all in all, that takes me, depending on how long these particular videos are, probably between an hour and 90 minutes worth of work, and that's without putting the keyword research in. So really I would say about 2 hours goes into the research of every video content that I do. So I hope that's been really helpful to you today. It's one of those things that I know is a topic that's covered lots, but everybody has their own little tweak on how they do it. That's how I basically plan things, especially as a new YouTuber, because at the moment I have to look for all opportunities. I haven't got the power or the waiting to be able to just go and say, here, thousands of people, go watch my video and here's my notification to say I've uploaded it. That doesn't exist as an opportunity for me. So I am 100% relying right now on my own external marketing efforts, which is only going to get me so far. And what that is doing is then hopefully showing and proving that I'm worthy to YouTube to actually at some point in the future they go, it's about time we support this girl's channel. And that is basically the process. So obviously I want my videos to be found in search terms when members of the public, it's something I can control, and that is the only way that I can literally not fool the algorithm, but basically work the algorithm to my advantage while I've got absolutely no weight, no power, no emphasis, no oomph, no nothing to help win YouTube to acknowledge me and support me. So it is an upward battle, and I hope that really does make some sense to you guys. I hope you can adapt that strategy to your own working, and if you have liked the content today, please support me. As you know what's going to come, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, put some comments, let me know how I'm doing, and make sure you tune into my next video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed that one today. Thanks, bye-bye.